say I'm physically attracted to her. I'm emotionally attracted to her, just the way we laugh, the way we love. And I'm spiritually attracted to her too. And so we tell each other we love each other. And it just, they're three powerful words, but they didn't even feel like they measured up. So we were texting when we got home, and it's like, it's just, I love you, but it feels so much more than that. And so she came up with trifecta. And I'm like, it's just absolutely perfect. So everything we say anymore is trifecta. It just feels like it puts the emotion of everything into this. Now I'm gonna cry. It's just awesome. Well, let me say, I got Kelly's text, and I'm like, fine date. Not gonna do it. I was happy being single. My motto at the time was marriage is a sham of an institution. It was all a big joke with everybody, and it just kept on my head, and I'm like, oh. So it was Saturday morning. I remember I was watching the Nebraska game, go Big Red, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And so I went home, and that's when I left her the voicemail because she ignored it the first time I called. So
it was very professional. Hello, this is Rob Parkinson, and we have a mutual friend, Kelly, who thinks you're rad, and I'd like to meet you. And if you'd like to get some coffee sometime, just give me a call.
See?
It was
that was it. I get there, I'm always early, so I get there about 10-15 minutes early before 1. Just hanging out, and still no idea what she looks like. Don't know what to expect.
Neither one of us asked what the other one looked like.
It was about 1 o'clock, and I'm like, hey, are you here?
And then at 1:04, I get a text, hey, are you here? I'm like, am I here? What? No, we have a whole other hour.
She shows up. It was 17 minutes late. And, I'm thinking, all right, she drove by, didn't see what she liked, bailed.
And then I pull into the Starbucks parking lot, and I see a man standing there on the phone. And I thought, oh, I hope that's him. So I sent him a text as I was getting out of my car and said, I'm walking out right now. I don't know what you look like. I'm wearing a rose-colored blouse. And then I didn't hear anything from him. And I go walking up, and it's him, the one that was standing by the pole. and then he's on the phone, and he kind of does one of these to me, like.
Well, I got moves.
I saw him without his sunglasses, with his eyes, and I was like, I didn't know it. Gosh, I thought he was so handsome.
We go find what ends up being our table out in front of Starbucks, and just sit down and literally just start talking. And both of us have been through, both been married. So we were throwing everything on the table the first few hours.
Yes.
We're
asking all the hard questions.
We're fifth date conversation in a couple hours in, and just like, okay, if it doesn't work out, we'll pull the cord, we're done. Because we knew nothing about each other other than she was a realtor.
I knew nothing. I knew he had a job.
So,
And that was good enough for me. He has a job.
Well, Burger King was hiring, so.
We sat at that table for 6 hours, and we didn't even know that the 6 hours had gone by.
No.
It didn't feel like at all. Yet we were talking about, when the 6 hours came up, we were talking about the time that Starbucks closed and they were doing delivery, but it just didn't connect that it had
been that long.
Hours.
The instant comfortability. With each other.
And within probably about within like 15 minutes or so of us sitting out there, I just felt this feeling from my head to my toes, this overwhelming comfort feeling, and I knew it was God. I knew right there it was God.
Yeah. So 117 is the basis of when our relationship really took off.
That's been a number for us ever since.
Ever since.
Yeah.
So we set it up. Buffalo Wild Wings is right across the street, so I'm like, hey, I can be there, 6:30.
Who got there early? Thank you.
About 2 minutes early.
No, so. I was there way early. I had to wait on you this time.
So we'll say relationship net value, I'm still about 15 minutes more invested in this relationship. So
So we order food, and when the food comes, he says, "Do you want to pray?" We're sitting in the high top tables of the bar, and he said, "Do you want to pray?" And I said, "Yeah." So he prayed over our food, and meanwhile, while he's praying, the guys next to us are laughing and joking about us praying. And I thought, I wonder how he's going to handle that. And then we stopped praying and go on to eating, and I was so impressed. That was so amazing.
Well, I didn't hear him making fun of me, but I mean, hello, I got her in front of me, so. How do you like that?
Secrets that I swore I would keep. Holding my breath, I will awaken. What's hiding down there in the deep?
We grew up closer, we were just laughing and just, our time together was just amazing. We're taking thousands of selfies, which neither of us, I never took a selfie in my life until I met her. In the meantime, like I said, we're just growing, and we know, I knew New Year's Eve, she was the one that I was gonna marry. Fast forward, and February 3rd comes, Sunday morning. We have to have, our closest family members there. So I was gonna propose at 1:17. Again, at 1:17 because she was 17 minutes late.
I was late. This is true. So we go driving up there, and we get out of the car, and then we're walking up to Starbucks, and all of a sudden his arms around me, and he just pulls me into his chest, and I flip around, and I'm in his chest, and I'm like, "What?" And he goes, he starts talking all sweet. "I just love you so much. You're just amazing."
And in the meantime,
and I'm looking up, I'm like, "Oh, you melted my heart. That's so sweet." And little did I know, right behind me,
Sarah is walking across the parking lot to go get some coffees while they're waiting. So I see her. She turns around and bolts back to the car.
And meanwhile, he's just pulls me in his chest. And that's what he's just trying to just divert me to look this way instead of everybody because we're early, right? Because we're early.
It's awesome because we're sitting at our table in the same spot where my back's against the post and hers is
exact same
away.
Spot, yeah.
And see Josh and Nicole dive bombing, around corners, snapping photos, and Sarah's off in the corner, and I'm just.
It didn't break at all.
No,
You didn't laugh.
my heart started racing. It's like, okay, the moment's coming. And then apparently.
Looking at his phone. I was like,
Yeah, well, I was just waiting for 1:17. I'm like, 1:17, okay, we're going to do this. So 1:16, I stand up and I have my phone right there looking at the time.
I go.
And I'm like, she's like, are we going to reenact the first date?
I don't understand why he's standing up.
So
He stood up and I'm like, "What? Do you want me to walk from the parking lot?"
and so finally, I'm getting nervous. And
Shaking. He was shaking.
that minute from 1:16 to 1:17 took at least 4 hours for me. I get down on one knee and I propose.
Well, when you first started going down, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's funny." we had really talked that months down the line is when we were going to talk.
Never had this conversation.
Yes, we
This is hilarious.
Yes, we did.
Okay. I can remember 1 o'clock. She came. Where are we gonna take? So your credibility shot. So I propose, and she's got tears in her eyes. I never did hear the word yes. It was. My mind is just racing at this point. We're just hugging, and finally, I have to basically pick her up and turn her around so she can see her family. And then it just kind of hit her too.
And everybody was involved.
Yeah.
That both of our families were.
And it just meant so much.
It was raining, and then when he proposed, it was not raining. And then as soon as pictures and everything started, it dumped. It started pouring rain.
Pouring rain.
And I'm just in the moment of everything, and he hands me a gift that's wrapped.
I wanted her the first time to see her name. I had Bonnie Parkinson inscribed on the Bible. Actually, I have Bonnie Burlock Parkinson, but I just wanted the first gift to see her name, the Bible, to be the Bible.
So this has been grounded on the Lord this entire time, and I want to start it off right.
Yeah, and it's been cool because there's not been a night we haven't been together that we haven't prayed together.
What I am most excited about of having him as my husband is that he doesn't have
To leave
leave
at
night.
9:30.
That's mine.
No, that's mine
Every
too.
night he comes over after he works out and after dinner, and he comes over and we hang out for a couple hours, and then he has to leave.
It's just the fact that we get to spend all of our time together and there's no apart time is what I'm excited for. It's just when you're with someone that you just want to be around every waking minute. I mean, people are probably look at our text messages and like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? Are they 12? It's
we don't care. We
No,
have fun.
it's us. It's who we are. We're just in love. At least I love her. She likes me. But,
I do like you.
I know.
I like you and I love you.
Show me a moment never ending. I wanna feel the infinite. I wanna dream without pretending. I wanna feel the infinite. I wanna dream without pretending.